Today we are going to be adding integers. Our learning target is I can model adding integers using number lines and solve. Integers are the set of numbers containing whole numbers or opposite of whole numbers, and those are your negative numbers. And it's also including 0. So when we add integers, if the two values have the same sign, then we are going to add and use the same sign. So meaning if we are adding a positive number plus a positive number, we're going to have a positive positive sum. So our example is 6 plus 5. We know that that is 11, and both of our numbers are positive, therefore our answer is positive. As well as if we have a negative plus a negative, when we add two negative numbers, our answer is going to be negative. So we have a negative plus a negative. 6 plus 5 is 11, and it stays negative. If the signs are different, then subtract and take the sign of the number with the greatest absolute value. And in case we don't remember what absolute value means, we're going to write it over here. So absolute value is the distance a number is from 0. So if I have a number line and I'm at 0, -1, -2, -3. So if I'm taking the absolute value of -3, and that's the absolute value symbol, -3 is 1, 2, 3 distance spaces away from 0. So the absolute value of -3 is 3. So looking at our first example, we have a positive and a negative number. They are different. Therefore, we are going to subtract these numbers. So 6 minus 5 is 1. Then we look at the absolute value. The absolute value of 6 is 6. And the absolute value of -5 is 5 spaces from 0. This one is further. Therefore, our answer is going to remain positive. Looking at this example, we have a negative and a positive. Those are different. So we're going to subtract. 6 minus 5 is 1 again. The distance this number is from 0 is 6, and this one is 5. So these are the absolute value. Okay, so then the absolute value of 6 minus 5 is 1. This one is bigger, and it's negative, so our answer is going to be a -1. Let's try another one. Number 1. Number 1, we have a negative and we have a positive. Those are different. Therefore, we are going to subtract. 9 minus 6 is 3. Then I look at absolute value. -9 is 9 spaces away from 0. 6 is 6 spaces away from 0. And I'm going to just label this. That way we know what we're looking at. So therefore, this is a greater distance from 0. So that's the one that we go with. So our answer equals a -3. 9 is the greater distance from 0, and it is a negative number. Therefore, our answer is negative. Let's try again. 7 plus -3. We have a positive and a negative. Our signs are different. And when our signs are different, we subtract. 7 minus 3 is 4. And now we have to determine if it's a negative 4 or a positive 4. The distance a positive 7 is from 0 is 7. The distance a negative 3 away from 0 is 3. That's the absolute value of these two numbers. 7 is a greater distance from 0. It is positive, therefore our answer is positive. I want you to try number 3. Press pause, work it out, and press play when you think you have the answer. Okay, so we have different signs here, so you should have subtract 11 minus 5, which is 6. And then we look at the absolute value of negative 11, which is 11, and the absolute value of a positive 5, which is 5. And then therefore, negative 11 is a greater distance from 0, so our answer is negative. This one is our first rule where we have same sign, so negative and a negative equals same. And when they are the same signs, we add. Go ahead and press pause and find this answer and press play when you are finished. Okay, so we should have added our two numbers. 6 plus 8 is 14. They are both negative. They are the same sign, therefore we keep sign. So our answer is a negative 14. So now we use a number line, modeling addition of integers with a number line. So we have a negative 2 to start with, so I'm going to put a dot above 0. Okay, and then negative 2 is moving to the left, so I'm going to move to the left until I get to negative 2. And then it's adding a negative 4, so that's also to the left. So I'm going to start at negative 2, and I'm going to move to the left 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I look at where that lines up, right here. Trying to see. Sorry, my circle's not lining up where I want it to line up. Let's try again. So we see we end at a negative 6. So this answer is negative 6. I want you to press pause and try this one on your own and press play when you have finished. Okay, so you should put your dot above 0. This is negative, so we're going to move to the left 8 times. So because this is our first arrow, we can just start it at negative 8 times. And then this is a positive, so we have to move to the right 5 times. So I'm ending at negative 8 right here. So I got to move to the right 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I look at where I land, that gives me a negative 3. Now, solving and using models, there are both ways that you can figure out if a number is correct or not. So if I can solve this. I see that they are different numbers. This is a negative and that's a positive. Different numbers. I subtract. So 8 minus 5 is 3. So I got the number right. And then I look at absolute value. If we look, this first line is a greater distance from 0. It's 8 and the other one is 5. Therefore, it's a negative.